Well, hi, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Donna Deede, and thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for seeing me.
Yeah. So tell me how you came to be interested in this position.
Well, I've been going to school at St. John Fisher. This is my senior year. I'm concentrating in public relations, and I really like the idea of working with a private organization to help maintain the views that the public sees for that organization.
So you'll be graduating from Fisher this semester or this year?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Tell me how you got involved in PR as a course of study. What interested you in that?
Well, in high school I was always very outgoing. I was class treasurer and liked to do different things with my class and enjoyed getting up in front of people to do presentations. So public relations just kind of went along when I started communications at Fisher. And I liked the writing aspect and the presenting and being in charge of communicating with the public.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what aspects of that do you like the most, do you think?
I like the values part, maintaining the values of the organization so the public knows what great ideas the organization has and puts out there.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about your skills and what you see as areas where you really excel and how they might apply to Bishop Kearney.
Okay, well, I've done one internship with the Little Theater, and I've been involved in a lot of creative activities for them for fundraising, which I'm sure is important to Bishop Kearney as well, and maintaining relations with donors and those that are involved in volunteering with the organization and everything. I enjoy working with people and organizing events that are usually involved with fundraising as well. So,
what are some of the areas that you see as the really defined skill sets that a public relations professional is going to have to have, really at any organization, whether it's Bishop Kearney or any business? What are the areas that you think need focus?
I think professional writing is very important, being able to communicate clearly and having professional grammar and vocabulary. I also think being confident in your abilities and in charge when you're communicating with the media or with students, parents, all the different publics that Bishop Kearney would have. I think that's very important.
Okay. There are often some challenges that come along with being a not-for-profit organization in terms of how we approach our PR and how much money we can afford to spend doing really important activities. How do you think you might rise to the challenge of doing a lot without a lot of resources?
Well, I think because Bishop Kearney has the great resources with technology, there's easy ways to go cheap with email and using the internet to do projects and events and fundraisers without having to charge a lot of money to the school because there is a limited amount. But also different fundraisers with the community and being a part of the community is important as well.
When we talk about PR in not-for-profits, a lot of times people don't really understand that when we say PR, what we're really talking about is one person being a jack of all trades.
Right.
That you have to do a little PR, a little media relations, a little fundraising, event coordination. Tell me about your role as a PR professional and how you would tackle all of those aspects.
I'm a big list maker. I always have a to-do list, so prioritizing which event or which fundraiser needs to be completed and worked on first would be something I would do each day. And maintaining different relations through email and the different technology the school has is important, so keeping a list of this needs to get done, then this one and this one is important in the job.
Who would you see as being the most important audience for Bishop Kearney? You've taken a look at our history, you know what we're all about. But what do you see as our particular challenges and who our most important audiences are in terms of our public relations initiatives?
I would say the parents and the families of the students that are currently going, because they're currently footing the bill. So maintaining exemplary relations with the families and the parents, because over time they will continue hopefully to donate and to keep their children involved when they're alumni of the school.
So you see a link between how we interact today with our current students and how much money we might raise later on?
Oh, definitely. The more the student gets out of the school, the better they'll do in life, the more often they'll donate to the school.
Mm-hmm. Taking a look at what you know about the school, what are some of the things that you think we've done well so far?
Well, I love the idea of the laptops and the extranet for the students to have at home, and the parents to be so involved in their children's education, being able to look at so much online and also in the school. And I think that's really important for students and teachers to be able to communicate that quickly through email and to other peers and stuff. So I think that's really strong. You
think we've done a good job in reaching out using technology? Do you think that the technology is an important focus?
Yes, I was reading about the TV studio and everything that the students have an opportunity to use. Even if you're not planning on going to something as communications or journalism, it's still something to become involved with, to meet other people. So,
in your assessment, where have we missed the boat? Where could we do a better job from a PR perspective? I know, we're good all the way around.
I can't think of anything. I don't know.
And if you were to step in today, what are some areas you think you might want to really tackle and you might want to help us improve?
Maybe making sure that there's a crisis plan for every possible thing that could happen with the school. I'm not sure if you have any of those, but since the school is so strong with their values based in religion and just in like a family atmosphere, having a crisis plan no matter what could happen if anybody is injured or even worse. So.
Talk to me a little bit about your job experience and what you've done and what you see as transferable skills. How would you apply them to what you might be doing at Bishop Kearney?
Been in restaurant work for 5 years now, working at multiple different restaurants, so I'm very comfortable talking with people on the spot, dealing with problems immediately. I'm very good on my feet and quick decision making because I don't usually get nervous about that kind of thing, and talking with strangers is always important. Also, through my internship with the Little Theater, I've met a lot of different people and have experience in different areas with computers and writing and everything, so I feel like I can do a lot of different jobs.
So transferable skills. Yes. I'm really big on that. And I think that you bring with you all sorts of skills from whatever you've done, but everything uniquely prepares you for the next step in a good way. So again, your strengths, in your view, are what?
I have strong writing skills and speaking skills. Public speaking comes fairly easy to me. I'm also good with people and interpersonal skills, being able to talk one-on-one or meet new people and communicate my ideas or the school's ideas in the position. I'm also very good at time management, making sure everything's done on time and planned out well.
How about your weaknesses?
I can't overload myself sometimes. I can plan too many things at one time and then get a little nervous about making sure everything's done, but it always does get done. Also, I can tend to be a spender, so I can watch my money management a little better.
Join the club. So let me throw a scenario at you. Okay. You're the PR person at Kearney, and you're in the midst of planning multiple events, and you know the environment it's a school, and so you have the academic side where longtime teachers who may not be involved in the fundraising and the other more public aspects of the school, but you know you need to really actively engage the whole school community, the parents and the teachers and the students, in what your events are going to be. But you're meeting a little resistance. How do you address that? What do you know, if people don't necessarily want to participate culturally, they're a little resistant. How do you handle that as the PR professional?
I think I would try to meet with a couple of the people that were resisting the event and try to really find out why through some interviews and stuff, and then try to write up a press release to the school or just to those people, the teachers maybe, to really pinpoint why you should really be involved even though you're thinking this way. So.
Why is it important to engage the whole school community, do you think?
because it's such a family atmosphere at the school, and being involved is very important. And once the students see all the teachers involved, they'll be more inclined to get each other involved, and it'll be more of a group effort.
So you see your role as helping to foster the school spirit, which,
yeah,
you know, sort of self-fulfilling. Okay, that's okay. Now, do you have any questions of me?
I do. What would you say are the main job requirements of the PR professional, whether it be brochures, press releases?
Well, there's a whole gamut. I mean, certainly writing of press releases, writing of any collateral material that we happen to put out. Some graphic design is really important, you know, an eye toward that, and the ability to put projects out to bid and work with printers and that sort of thing. Media relations, coordinating our marketing and our advertising, so interacting with our media buyer and that sort of thing, and really helping to put together a strategy for what we're going to do. And overall public relations, presenting the face of the school to the community.
To all the publics. Now, since Bishop Kearney is such a values-driven organization, how do you feel that this applies to public relations?
The values permeate everything we do. The values permeate our public face. Our students are living it, our teachers are living it every day, and we want the public to understand what it is we stand for. So we can't have mutually exclusive initiatives. That has to be part of it. We have to convey what we are. We're a school in the Catholic tradition,
right,
and it's really important.
Now, in the wake of Virginia Tech and then years ago Columbine, is there a crisis plan in case something does happen at Bishop Kearney or in the surrounding neighborhoods?
We have an emergency crisis plan, and the most important asset, obviously, are our students. And, you know, 500 of them in the school. If anything happens, we want to make sure that we know how to handle them. We need to know where they need to go at all times, and so there is an emergency plan in place. We've increased our security within the past few months, not only protecting people better, but property. And we invested over $1 million in new technology.
Right.
We want to protect both assets, so that's really important. And so we do have a plan. And the public relations area hasn't been so directly in that. That's been more the academic side. But I'm interested to hear how you feel about how the PR position might be or should be actively involved in that. What do you think?
Well, I feel like since Bishop Kearney is a nonprofit organization, donations run a lot of the programs. So I feel like if the donors feel like after Virginia Tech, people were outraged at how slowly it took to get the word out on campus, and how the organization of the emergency plan didn't work very well. So since your school relies on donors, if people are upset with how a crisis was run, you may lose donations. So I feel that's a big part of public relations, to make sure that there's a plan and it's followed very closely, and then everybody gets the information as quickly as possible, so everyone knows that students are safe, the teachers are safe, and those kinds of things.
Okay. Any other questions?
I read about the College Prep Plus and how Bishop Kearney is involved in making sure that students have the best opportunity for colleges. How do you feel that public relations is involved with helping the school to connect with colleges? And because the colleges, the admissions is part of like looking at Bishop Kearney to see that it's such a great school. How do you feel that public relations is involved?
I think it's really important, and at our school this is it represents a bit of a culture shift, because I came in here not as an educator, but having had experience in not-for-profits and business in the community, and community outreach, community relations was a big part of what I've always done. And so when I came in, it's and still is an important part for me to bring the community into the school, including local colleges. And so I could use a little help from the PR side in forging partnerships with the colleges and businesses, and also getting our faculty and the rest of the academic administration to really buy into that. So I think PR has a great function in helping me sell them on the value of what we're going to be doing.
Okay. So I think that's all I have.
That's all you have? So tell me a little bit about yourself personally. You're from Rochester?
I went to Gates Chili, graduated in 2005. and I've been at Fisher. I looked at a bunch of different colleges, but I came to Fisher for the communications program. I have 3 sisters. 2 of them are in college. One's at Niagara, one's at St. Rose in Albany, and then one's at Gates Chili.
What are your interests? You said you were a cheerleader?
I was a cheerleader all 4 years in high school until I had a back injury, so no more athletics for me. I've been in restaurant work, like I said, for a long time. I really like the people aspect of working in a restaurant, but I'm looking forward to graduating and being able to have the people aspect outside of the restaurant setting and have a more stable job. So
good. How do you feel about working nights, weekends, holidays, and events?
I'm kind of used to it from restaurants. I worked all day on Thanksgiving, 9 hours, so get kind of used to it, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah. See, so your experiences really have prepared you for something like this. Questions about the timing of this hire? I can fill you in on the timetable. We're interviewing 10 other candidates within the next 2 weeks, and we hope to have an answer for in terms of who might receive an offer shortly after that.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.